Another healthy baby has been born at this maternity hospital in Tokyo. And as one of the obstetricians, I should like to talk about some phases of the health programs carried out by the government. As seen in this graph, the infant death rate in recent years had shown a steady and remarkable decrease. The reason for this is the purpose of my talk. Another busy day is beginning. And at this time of the morning, the maternity hospital is crowded with mothers, most of whom have come for their periodical physical checkups for themselves and their babies. This kind of physical examination is given for all expectant mothers since early pregnancy, and this is the major factor for bringing about a normal delivery and the remarkable decrease in infant death rate. This is my opinion as a doctor actually handling the problems every day of pregnancy, delivery, and nursing. As soon as her pregnancy is confirmed, the expectant mother is entitled to receive a series of close physical examinations in addition to the general checkup. I can cite many cases handled at my hospital which prove how wonderfully effective these periodical examinations are for the prevention and early discovery of toxemia in pregnancy. Results of the examinations are recorded in the special maternal child handbook and reported to the expectant mother. Printed in the same handbook is a detailed account of pregnancy, delivery, and child care. This small handbook plays an important part in preserving the health of expectant and nursing mothers and their babies all over Japan. The handbook is usually given at one of the 800 health centers in Japan, which serve to preserve the health and give proper guidance to mothers. As soon as the handbook is delivered to an expectant mother, a new booking card is added to the file. Based on this card, the officials of the center try to grasp her actual physical condition and at the same time give her periodical examinations and all other necessary procedures to help her directly and actively before and after the birth of a child. At this particular health center, expectant mothers in their most stable period, that is, during the 4th and 5th months of their pregnancy, attend a special mother's class once a week for a period of 4 weeks. There they receive a basic knowledge of pregnancy, delivery, relaxation exercise, child care, and the diet for expectant mothers and babies, as well as some practice in cooking. Today, 89% of all the expectant and nursing mothers in Japan are receiving instructions, directly or indirectly, from their respective health centers based on the notification of their pregnancy. Health center officials may also have to make house-to-house visits to expectant mothers in case there is a report on a first conception at an elderly age or a past history of toxemia in pregnancy, abortion, stillbirth, and so forth. Such a visit often contributes to the early discovery and successful treatment of the illnesses expectant mothers are likely to contract. One of the public health nurses working at this center says that it makes her very happy to meet a woman who used to suffer from poor health but is now quite well and successfully caring for her own baby. These newborn babies have now started to live as independent human beings. They are still too young to adjust their body temperatures and nutritions by themselves, nor have they any appreciable resistance against their environment or germs. For more than 3 days after birth, they are watched by the doctors and nurses in a special ward. More than 8 hours after birth, the babies are given an amount of milk proper to their respective ability to adjust themselves to life. We doctors believe that newborn babies should be given breast milk instead of cow's milk, at least for the initial 4 weeks, known as the neonatal period. The number of those who deliver babies at maternity hospitals like this or other similar institutions is increasing year by year, and this is considered another factor contributing to the remarkable decrease in the infant death rate. Hospital delivery has become increasingly popular even in small farming and fishing villages, where the maternity child health center plays the part of the city maternity hospital. This type of center is established in a town or a village with a population between 5,000 and 10,000. It is usually equipped with a consulting room, a delivery room, a postnatal ward with 4 or 5 beds, and a meeting room. While the state or prefectural authorities provides subsidies for the establishment of this kind of institution, the city, town or village office is directly responsible for its management in cooperation with the regular health center in the area. The role played by the maternity child health center is especially important in remote farming or fishing villages or in mountainous areas. And I have heard many heartwarming stories told by the mothers in such places. One day, a healthy baby was born at the maternity child health center in a small village in this remote area. The news spreads quickly by the wire broadcast operated by the village agricultural cooperative. This afternoon, the broadcast says, a baby was born to the family of Sato. Let's all congratulate them. The baby was a boy. By this broadcast, the heart-throb of a happy mother quickly spreads, and the joy of the Satos is shared by all villagers. The life of a tiny newborn baby has thus been watched anxiously and warmly by the members of its community from the moment it came into existence. The wire broadcast is active in all villages like this on all such occasions. The Maternity Child Health Center not only takes care of expectant mothers and is responsible for their delivery, but it also provides all kinds of examinations, instruction and training. For example, the periodical physical examination is given to all the 3-year-old children in the village in an effort to minimize the differences in the standards of health in different areas. 1,100 such centers are expected to be established all over Japan soon. Supported by a number of mothers' volunteer movements, such as the 1,800 groups of the so-called Love Our Village movement, mothers are now actively cooperating with the district doctors and public health nurses to protect and improve their health. Now to revert to the maternity hospital in Tokyo where I work. So far I have mainly dealt with normal childbirth. But it is a sad fact that not all the babies are born in normal conditions. Though small in percentage, only 7 to 9%, there are always some babies born in abnormal conditions. And 60% of all the newborn babies who died during the initial 4 weeks after birth were immature. All such babies today are entitled to be sent to premature baby centers to receive the necessary medical treatments until they become fit for the life in the outside world. All these efforts are made solely to preserve the lives of the infants. For this purpose, all available advanced medical facilities are mobilized. This is the scene of an exchange transfusion for a baby born with Rh blood type incompatibility. However desperate the case may appear, we doctors working at this maternity hospital never lose confidence and courage to cope with new situations, for we are responsible to protect the lives of newborn babies and their mothers. Day after day, we do our utmost to save and preserve the lives of infants, with full confidence in the strength of human life and the infinite progress of science and medicine. Every time the delivery of a child is registered at the health center, whether it is a normal or abnormal birth, a thorough health and welfare program is planned and executed to protect the health of the baby and that of its mother and to give proper guidance. For instance, all babies receive regular physical examinations at the ages of 3 and 9 months respectively. As a result of these periodical physical checkups, as well as the execution of preventive inoculation, vaccination, and so forth, cases of poliomyelitis have decreased remarkably, and the extremely early discovery of rickets, congenital hip joint dislocation, and so forth has become possible. After the initial 4 weeks of the neonatal period, babies continue to receive their periodical physical examination as they reach the ages of 1, 2, and 3, respectively. Special emphasis is placed on the health of the children of 3 years, who can now move their heads and bodies quite freely. Proper instructions are given to the mothers of these and older children, not only to preserve their health, but also to promote their intelligence and to give them general training necessary for their adjustment to social life. Almost all the small Japanese children between the ages of 3 and 6 go either to nursery schools or kindergartens. This is one of the numerous public nursery schools. Most mothers of these children are working women. These children live in a city residential district. Various volunteer community organizations are helping to protect the health of children living in these densely populated areas. This mobile clinic belongs to a certain volunteer community organization. Such clinic is especially useful in remote or mountainous areas difficult of access. Now, there are always some children whose normal physical development is hampered. For proper rehabilitation, these children require special treatment and training, for which a number of designated health centers are ready to give advice. Some of these children may be cured of their difficulties in a comparatively short period, and they are sent to a hospital to receive orthopedic surgical operations, while those requiring a longer period of treatment are usually sent to institutions for crippled children seen here. At this institution, most advanced medical techniques and facilities are available for treatment of these unfortunate children. Each operation is followed by this kind of long, painstaking period of rehabilitation and training, which usually lasts for over a year. There's admirable cooperation between the children and doctors. In addition to its service as a hospital, this kind of institution must also provide children with regular school education and the training necessary for their adjustment to life. In order to expand their life experience and to improve the functions of the crippled parts of their bodies, the children here are also given some pre-vocational training. Altogether, there are 57 institutions for crippled children and 31 for the weak children in Japan at present, and almost all the expenditures required for the treatment and training are provided by the state or local governments. To serve healthier mothers and babies is the aspiration of all the doctors working in my hospital. Today, our maternity hospital in Tokyo is again crowded with mothers and babies, who have come for their periodical physical checkups. I expected to dwell on the health and welfare programs carried out for Japanese mothers and babies as an explanation for the remarkable decrease in the infant death rate in recent years. But I am afraid I have described a very small part of this enormous undertaking. In progress at the research laboratory of this hospital is the basic scientific research on the physiological phenomena of conception, as well as the development of an embryo, the results of which we hope will ensure that even finer and healthier babies may be born here. A fertilized egg cell from a womb. Cells continue to fission. We know that this kind of work has no ending. Compared to the remarkable decrease in the infant death rate in recent years, the mortality of expectant mothers and small children must also be decreased considerably. We doctors working in maternity hospitals and other institutions engaged in the health and welfare programs for mothers and children are all determined to remove their difficulties steadily. And this is possible as long as peace prevails and medical science continues to progress. So let us all hope for the brighter tomorrow.